hungry, honestly. Like, I'm about to go on DoorDash and order bacon. I'm dead ass. She definitely a little NIM. The ones that want to request me, they're giving me not my type of vibes. Not my type. That's my love! Everybody's asking to be a part of the cult. Wow. I thought, cornball, yes, that's me. It's creepy, yes it is. Is it wrong? Yes it is. Cornball, yes, that's me. Corny as fuck, yes. Autumn corns, thank you. I'm hungry. I have 66 women. I'm actually pretty sober too. I haven't drank anything. Clowns! I like those emojis. Making money, sis. Nah, but yes. 66 goofies, yes. 66 demons, yes! I don't know what y'all expected out of me. I'm happy. I'm sorry that you guys did not get the response that you wanted. I am sincerely sorry. But before I leave, because I'm not here for long, I don't talk too much. I'm going to do a photo shoot for my girls. So, no back talk. Just for a second. You high? I don't smoke. I drink, but not today. I'm very sober. If you know me, you will know I'm very sober. Because if I wasn't sober, oh, y'all get the show that y'all looking for on me. I'm very sober. You got money? Send me $10 right now.
Poor gorgeous, please.
Please don't.
So are you telling me everyone in Daddy's Girls are grown? And what ride they talking about?
And Daddy said if with the 700 cuts, they better be neat.
That's Daddy. All day.
You can't share this.
Who says Sherman is Karen?
One of these girls, I don't know.
I am happily owned by Angela Natural Genius. If you cannot tell, her name is tatted on my chest, so everybody can see who I'm owned by. Sorry, I am branded like a cow. Where am I going? Nowhere.
I am jealous.
Sorry.
It's not. I'm not only jealous. I wouldn't even say I'm jealous. I'm possessive. Let's go with that over jealous. I'm possessive.
Daddy, they said laugh out loud. It's okay. I get your hers.
Thank you. As you should. Cult.
I am definitely hers.
You want to join? They say cult over here, Bella.
Oh my God. It is, but we love it here. Like, it is a cult. It is. It very much is. And Daddy is that.
My wife want to see you. Hold on real quick.
Okay.
Here, baby.
Hi, beautiful.
What's the deal?
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Oh, I can't even talk to you. You just
Very
okay.
beautiful.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Okay, give me the phone back. My
yeah.
son.
Hold on, someone call Peter. This you? This you? This you? This you? This you?
Threatening to groom my 10-year-old daughter? You and your cult should have never did that.
And then the boy King, he said he got people for me. Like this.
Come here, bitch. Yeah, ain't nobody told you to sit here and give my phone number out to the cult so they can sit here and threaten to groom my daughter and sit here and ask how much she was worth, aka sex trafficking. Yeah, your tears, good soup.
First met her, no. When she flew me out to Michigan, yes, she did put her hand. She put her hands on me. I'm
My
not gonna
daddy
lie.
is Angela. Man, let me get you up out of the little stupid.
Wait a
Let me
minute,
get
get
you
her
up out
out
of
of here, cause
here.
baby,
Wait, what happened?
listen, we don't care if your daddy is
Let me
Angela.
get
My
you up out
name
of here.
is Angela.
Baby,
Okay.
you need some help, honey.
I want
Talking about my
you.
daddy is Angela. Baby, you need some help. I'm gonna keep saying that you need help, honey. Like, because my thing is the self-esteem issue.
And I see what it's like to go viral. That girl stuff is mediocre. Yes, it is me. I am she. It is I. Who says that? Yes, it's me. Her stuff was mediocre. Okay, boom, I said that. She put the harness on over the joggers, everything. But, yes, like, y'all see why I left. It's giving very so much Siberian Husky, like y'all said. It's giving very so much cat-like movement of the tongue. It's giving so much, reject. Her Versace is not real Versace. You know, the t-shirt print shops, they got all that stuff. That's why she got so much Versace, because she go get the Versace printed. Not saying that she may not have had one or two Versace shirts. I don't know. The women be buying her every.
I said I was done with this, but this shit is just too interesting. So today, it's Angela's girlfriend's birthday. So this was the birthday celebration that her little cult members had for her. They got matching t-shirts with her face on it, her name on it, all of that. And you know what? I'm a little bit jealous. Like, damn, like, we love you on the back of the shirt. Can somebody do this for my birthday? I thought this was kind of interesting. One of the members said, "Amen to your secret prayers." I'm starting to think there's some type of spiritual work being done on these women. Like, something's not adding up. Also, I found the girlfriend's second page, and I noticed that when everybody was calling her Big Daddy, Angela only laughed at when the feminine women did it. Here's Angela laughing at another feminine woman's comment again. Most of the Big Daddy cult are other masculine women, so keep that in mind. Here's one of them wishing Angela a happy birthday on her birthday. Y'all, please come look at this. This is one of Big Daddy's followers, Angela X. This is one of her followers from her cult, bashing the woman who came out about Angela. Now, until then, I haven't seen anything about any of these women from Big Daddy's shit talking about Angela. But here, she's clearly going in on this woman, calling her a fat bitch and everything else, saying that Angela is their everything too. She's the Royal Highness. Like, they doing this shit together. They playing all these bitches like a flute. Then in the comment section, they continue to go in on her, call her fat or whatever the case may be. But it's constant that they're calling Angela their Royal Highness. If you see down here, it says, "Dirty bitch, stay away from Big Daddy and our Royal Highness." All of them keep calling her this. So they gotta know her too. This is another screenshot of one of the followers going in on Shay. I feel like it almost looks like they think that she wants the big daddy woman. Like, I feel like they're out the loop. They're not from America.
Sorry, this is her wife. So allegedly, let me get on my Wendy, honey. Allegedly, the two have been together, married in fact, for 4 years. And they've come together to scam the women on this app for rent money. And the greatest twist in this whole story is that Miss Daddy Ange actually has a daddy. Her wife is the original daddy, as you can see here in these Facebook comments, which you can pause to read. And it has also recently been discovered that Miss Angela is stud fishing. Yes, that's right, folks. She is a fake stud. She is pretending to be a stud for a coin. So to sum it up, Angela's wife, the original daddy, has forced her to con, scam, and traumatize other women online by stud fishing. The end is disgusting.
Who are saying, oh, she is, this is this is just not a big deal. These are grown women. This is grown stuff. Oh, let them do what they want. Listen, when someone is actively targeting the Black community and they have no shame in it, that is a problem for me. That is an issue. When someone is actively targeting the Black community, they have no shame, and they are using these women who are at weak points at the time of their lives, and she is taking advantage of that. That bothers me. Yellow Frame, hello. I'm so glad to see you here, and I know you can help, and we'll talk later. But absolutely, guys, make sure you are following me on Instagram, Aunt Karen Zero. I am trying to get a hold of the Shade Room, and I am working on getting a hold of Hollywood Unlocked, because I feel like this story needs to hit the media on a wide circuit. So make sure you are following me on Instagram. My Instagram is Aunt Karen Zero. Aunt Karen Zero. Make sure you are following me. All of my mods, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you guys are asking people to send in as many likes. Double tap that screen. Send in as many likes as you possibly can, because we are going to be getting a conversation started, and we need as many people in this conversation as possible. And anyone, and also, yes, neighborhood talks, if anyone is spamming, and by spamming I mean being rude in the comments, anyone that is just here to start junk, if they are a daddy's girl and they're in the comments and they're not bringing anything to the table, you can just mute them and let them go, because they don't need to be in here for this live, okay? And that is important. And everyone's saying that Angela's moved. Trust me when I tell you, I can find information, okay? Besides that point, we have to really talk about this, and we have to really look at this from a standpoint that this is hurting a. I'm so sorry about that. Oh, so sorry about that, guys. It looks like that I had somebody calling. Yana is here. Really quickly, before we add King, I know Yana wants to speak really quickly. What's going on?
Oh, well, there, you already saw, but the address that I spoke with her this morning, and I told her about what you were trying to do, and she said that she does not live at that place anymore. But you said, you have your ways of finding info, so
yes.
I trust you that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm not worried about it. We'll definitely, if we need to, we'll definitely find it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Guys, make sure. I don't know, Yana, if you're going to stay on. If when King comes on, if you're going to get on his side, let me see if King is on right now. I hate to interrupt anybody, but I know there are quite a few people that want to say something. He's been waiting. Danny, you'll have to forgive me if I have to cut you short when he gets on live, okay?
That's fine. I just wanted to talk about the cult situation in general, because I think that a lot of people aren't taking it as serious. And they're saying things like, these women were grown. They came up with their own decision. I don't know if the younger generation has heard of Jim Jones. I've been mentioning it in the comments. But that was a cult. The People's Temple were actually a mass suicide. They call it a mass suicide, but really it was a murder. It was a murder situation. And this is how things like that happen. And we shouldn't be so judgmental. It shouldn't be something that's turned into a joke, because it's already embarrassing. I was involved in a cult. It was a church. And in my opinion, it was a cult. Just the way that they behaved, and the way the pastor and the first lady of the church would talk to you and put your business in front of everyone. And so it's a lot of emotional abuse that goes along with that, a lot of manipulation. And I think people also need to realize it can happen to any one of us. We're all on TikTok.
What? Danny, I hate to cut you off. King is on, and I have to add him. So thank you so much.
No, that's fine.
Let me go ahead and co-host here with King and get him on this live as well. And listen, a lot of people the reason we have to talk about this is because of the issues that we're facing. Because this is a people want to say, oh, she knows what she's gotten into. These women are grown. It doesn't matter. You can take advantage of somebody at any point in time. I have sent King a request, but I'm not sure what's going on, if he's missed that request yet. But I'm sending him some requests, and this is really, really important. Moderators, one of the things I want your help with, if people are lying in the comments, I will only listen to you. If my moderators say that it's lagging or anything like that, let me know. But if other people are saying that, just mute them for the entire live. We don't need that. We do not need any of people just lying and all of that. Okay. So if anyone's lying about stuff like that, just go ahead and mute them. And we'll go from here as well. Okay. So if anyone's saying that that it's lagging and all of that, just mute them for the entire live so they do not come back, please and thank you. Just go ahead and mute them for the entire live, because we have too much important stuff to talk about. And I am not going to go back and forth. We want this to be as clean of a live. If their internet is slow, then that's on them. They don't have to put it in the comments. If my moderators are telling me there's an issue, I will believe the moderators, because I am not going to do all of that. And because a lot of people wanted to stand out, also knows the insecurities that some people may have. Women have, everyone has an insecurity, and connect with people, because I've talked to people who said they were doing they thought this was a support group at first, and then they came in and suddenly it was call me daddy, and some people left after that, like, I don't know what she's talking about. Other people then she started to give attention, just like how people who want to play, you give attention to certain people, you know what I mean, and get them. Not everybody is sending her money, because not everybody, but it, like, to get on a Zoom call with her, it costs $50. To get a private one-on-one with her, it costs $300. Girl, what are you offering? You know what I mean?
What are you? You're not doing anything but offering these women trauma. That's what you're doing.
Exactly. Sad Femme, tell me your thoughts. And Raymani, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. I was able to catch both lives, the one she did on TikTok for a few seconds and the other one that she did on Instagram. And my problem with Miss Big Ange, it definitely is how she was talking about you as well as King, I think the other TikToker's name is. The harassment, like, that's definitely sexual harassment on multiple counts. Like, it was crazy. And for her to be throwing out homophobic slurs, meanwhile you're a part of the community just because you're riled up or whatever, like that's
Right.
you're wild. You're wild.
Right. I heard that those homophobic slurs, and then and how can you call somebody an F slur when I can't.
We see you, Miss Ma'am. Like, what are you talking about? So with that, I just want to say, like, touching on the BDSM thing, there is BDSM, and there are ways in which people do that in a similar way in which she's doing it, but there are rules that keep people safe. You're doing this from long distance. You're telling these girls to do whatever to themselves from long distance. How are you giving them aftercare and they paying you?
Right.
Like, it doesn't make sense. It's delusional. It is. And she was talking in circles the entire time on both of her lives. She used the TikTok live to get clout for her Instagram. It's sick.
She did, and I agree. Sad Femme, thank you so much. Let me go to Antoine. How's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
So first and foremost, I want to say I've seen a lot of your work. I think you do a great job. So props to you. Keep on doing what you're doing. I'm not too much filled in on the situation. I've been seeing it pop up on my For You, every now and then, people talking about it, yourself included. I even actually ran into her live and I saw the whole thing when she was promoting her Instagram. I mean, the only thing I could say is, I worked in the field where people have past trauma, and most of these women are probably women who experience some type of form of abuse, neglect, lack of support from their family, and that's usually how it works. It's the same dynamic that a pimp with a young girl, right? Makes them feel like they're a part of something bigger. We've seen it in our history with people like Jim Jones, and this thing she's doing isn't new, and it's not going to stop. It's going to keep going. I mean, we just saw R. Kelly get locked up for it. The only thing you can do is do what you're doing and just kind of make people aware and try to encourage women who are vulnerable to get real help. Right. You know what I mean? Because, unless she does something that's truly criminal, something you can convict, there's really no means to really stop her. And that's unfortunate, but it's true.
Well, and Antoine, I appreciate what you're saying, because I did look into this, and what I really think is that when she went on that live, she's scared. She doesn't want to admit it. She's going to try to put on a brave face, but she is scared that people are talking about this situation, talking to the police. She is afraid of that stuff, because there is stuff that she can be charged with. When it comes to domestic violence and stuff like that, and leading a cult, they look at how people are being treated. And like a lot of people have said, they brought up BDSM. Like, there's a consent with that. You don't, yes, you people send money and stuff like that, but in Michigan, which is where she's from, we have laws that say you can't do certain manipulation. You can't, coerce somebody into something. You know what I mean? And this is what she's doing. But Antoine, I want to thank you so much for jumping on in the live, and I'm going to move on to Street so I can get some more people. Thank you so much.
All right.
Street, how's it going?
It's going good, Miss Karen.
What are your thoughts?
Okay, so mainly my main thoughts about the whole thing was really with the girl Bella, just due to the fact that it's like she's just wishy-washy, like, with the whole situation. Like, first she goes to say one thing, like, which was on live and recorded, basically, like, with the cutting, like, whenever they were on live, she said that, like, the cutting, it was a joke, it was just something to boost up the Daddy's Girl cult. And it's like, but then, like, now Bella's just changing up to, like, no, I never said that Angela makes us do that. I told a certain member of the cult, which was, I think, the girl Shay, to cut herself it's like 700 times. And I'm like, but at first you were saying that Angela makes you guys cut, so it's like, I don't really understand, like what is it about that? And it's like, whenever Angela did say something about that, her live kept going on and off, but she said that she doesn't make them cut because somebody asked her that question whenever they joined her live. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Bella made this whole situation for her worse just due to the fact that she did come out and say that. And then recently on my For You page, I saw a video about Bella whenever she told King that her daughter isn't involved with it, but then on the screen recording, um what's her name? Bella made her daughter like she was like, "Oh, do you hear daddy?" or something like this and all that. And I'm like, but you just said on King's Live whenever you're trying to defend yourself and defend your child that she's not involved. So it was really confusing, and it's like I feel like she made this whole situation blow up even worse because that's the only person that I've been seeing
Yeah.
was the girl Bella that made
Yeah.
stuff that she was talking about bad stuff but still was a part of this cult.
Yes, and I totally agree. Thank you so much. And I'm going to talk on that as well. You know, like you said, Bella is making this worse. Bella has been going back and forth talking about certain stuff didn't happen and then saying stuff did happen. If she loved, if she really loved any of these girls, you love somebody, why would you make them cut 700 times? Come on. Do you have me on the radio? Or, uh, yeah, because the car speaker.
Okay, how about now?
Yes, it's not a bad feedback. So what's going on? Tell me what's going on, Courtney.
Well, I just want to make an announcement for Angela and them. I'm the girl that Bella went live on Instagram. She bullied. There's a video going around. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So I'm the girl that went live with King. And when I went live with King, I told him my side of the story. And when I told King my side of the story, you know, I let one of the girls put a video out of how Bella was bullying me and stuff like that. And Bella threatened me, said she was going to pull up and, you know, beat me up and do all of this other stuff. So today, around 1:30 in the morning, I got a phone call 6 times, back to back to back to back to back from a block number. So when I answered the phone, the person says, "Bitch, we're going to kill you." And it hung up on me.
That's for girls trying to scare you.
And yeah, because she went live about it before. So I'm just to the point right now, like, I'm over it. I'm over it. You guys are taking this way too far when I haven't been bothering y'all and I never bothered y'all. And I just wanted to leave peacefully. But once you guys are calling me and you're threatening me, physically threatening to kill me, I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the patience. I'm not in that space in my life. You get what I'm saying? I've never in my life threatened anybody. So for you to call somebody to call my phone and for you guys to say that you're going to physically kill me, and then Bella, you come on here and you cry like you are a victim. I inboxed you, Aunt Karen, the proof.
Bella, thank you. Bree, did you state to her that you were on your period?
Honestly, I was intoxicated. I may have not. But okay, so since Bella wants me to tell the full story, I surely can. We went to Dave and Buster's, as everyone saw on the live. We definitely were intoxicated. We were drinking as well. Yes, I was. We went when me and Angela got in the car. This was after Bunny went to the hospital from being too drunk. And Angela got in the car. I'm sure she did. Angela didn't tell you she got in the backseat of her vehicle, did she? She didn't tell you that part. I was in the backseat because the people had to come and get me because I was so intoxicated. I could barely walk. They put me in the backseat of Angela's car, her blue vehicle that she has. I believe we drove to the hospital so that we could go get Bunny.
Angela hopped in her backseat and definitely tried to do some sexual activity, but she could not because of that reason.
Okay, because you had mentioned you guys said that you had sex, but now you're saying she tried.
I'm saying that we didn't in the car. The next day, it was me, me, Bunny, and Angela. We all slept in the same bed. Obviously, she stayed the night. Mm-hmm. We woke up. The first thing that Bunny and Angela talked about was going to the store to buy a strap-on. That was the first thing that they talked about. We all went to the store and she bought one. Angela knew that I was on. Angela said, "Oh, no, it's okay. It's fine." Angela still did what she wanted to do. I have absolutely no reason to lie about doing anything sexual with Angela. I have no reason to lie. It's not that serious to lie about. Angela, I don't care about Angela. It's not that serious for me to lie to say that I did anything sexual with Angela if I didn't.
So so what made you, so you guys have this intercourse, you guys leave, you leave, you go home, Bunny is whatever right now. What made you leave the group?
I left the group and I still have the text message that I sent to Angela. I sent her and me and a couple of the other girls debated very, very long about leaving the group. I texted and I told her the only reason why I left is because I felt a shift in her energy. I felt as though it was not the same person, because at that time, everyone used to always say, "Oh, well, we're sisters, we're a family, we're this and we're that." I never got that feeling after a while, I didn't get that feeling from them anymore. I texted Angela, I said, I still care for you. I love Angela. I don't love Daddy, quote unquote. I love Angela, the person that I met. I said, no, I didn't want to be in it anymore because there was a shift in energy. Everyone was changing. It wasn't a family atmosphere at all.
Okay, so I want to take this time to remind everybody to share this live. Tap the screen as many times as you can to get the likes up, and make sure you are following me on Instagram, Aunt Karen 0. Please make sure you're following me on Instagram. Bella, were you aware that Angela had sex with other women?
Mm-hmm.
And did that make you jealous at all?
No.
Okay, so you were aware that she was having sex with other women. It didn't bother you. Were you allowed to have sex with other women during this time?
No. Could I
Why not?
Oh, I'll wait. Because the situation, when I first started talking to Angela, she told me what the situation would be before I got into anything with her. Okay. So she made it very clear that she wanted a poly relationship. She made it very clear that I would be with her and only her. And I was like, okay. I was like, she's like, but baby, I don't think you'll be able to handle it. And I'm like, I want to try. At first, my jealousy did take a hold of me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still learning this whole poly thing. It was new to me. You know what I mean? So I didn't really still understand it, but I was still trying to learn it and try because of her. But after a while, I was just like, you know what? I can't change what she is and what she does. Screw it. You know what I mean? That's just how I felt. But did I have a problem with her having sex? As long as she was protected, I didn't care. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing.
Bree, before I go to someone else and get some more insight on what other people think, what did you want to add on?
Well, I just want to add on two things. One thing is, again, I feel like Angela was a very, I'm going to tell you what you want to hear type of person. Because of the simple fact that everything, even I've had discussions with Shay, I've had discussions with other people who were in this whole group or whatever the case may be. And we're telling each other things back and forth. And it's like, oh, I'm hearing from you. Angela says she didn't like me. But in our text message that I currently still have, Angela's telling me something completely different. I've never had any times where Angela wanted to go off on me or Angela, anything like that. Angela was telling me something completely different. Angela was telling me how she wanted to come and see me on Valentine's Day, or was telling people that she was going to come and see me on Valentine's Day because I'm the only one in Michigan. She would use that to make them upset.
Okay.
She told me she didn't like Bella at all. Me and Angela had a 3-hour conversation on the phone. Just her. She gave me a rundown. Oh, Bella is this and Bella is that. I never brought it to her attention. That's not my place. That's not my place to go back and be like, oh, okay, well, Bella, well, Angela's telling you this, and I'm gonna tell you what she told me. That's not my place.
What are the kind of thing? What are the some of the things that she said about Bella?
It was just more so, oh, Bella wants to come and see me. That's never gonna happen, and it was just things like that, referring to her as, oh, she's doing too much, she does too much. Bella doesn't like you because you live in Michigan and I live in, like, it was little things. It was little things. But again, I don't have a reason to lie about any of the things that was being said to me. I still have our whole text message thread from Angela. So I don't have anything to lie about. And as far as, yes, Angela, quote unquote, raised money, something that I didn't ask Angela to do. I didn't ask Angela to do anything for me. I've never asked Angela to pay for anything for me. I've never asked her for money. I've never asked her to do anything for me.
She raised money for what?
At one point in time, I stayed with one of my best friends and he had put me out of his house. So I didn't even contact Angela. It was the other girls contacting Angela for me. I didn't ask anyone to contact Angela. They decided they wanted to contact Angela because I was going through something at the time. And this money that she quote unquote raised, Angela didn't send most of that money. Angela barely sent anything.
How much money was raised?
It was, I think it was like almost, well, it was in the 600s for sure. But if I'm not mistaken, Angela only put forth maybe $100, if I'm not mistaken.
So you guys raised about $600 and you only received about 100 of that?
No. What I'm saying is they're saying that she raised this money. Technically she didn't raise anything. A couple of the girls that I was close with, they put forth that money. They sent it to Angela so that Angela could send it to me. Angela only contributed $100 to that 600 that she quote unquote raised for me. That she never raised anything for me. I've never asked Angela for anything. Never will ask Angela for anything. Angela sent me some of her product for free. I never asked Angela for anything.
Okay.
So I have a question with that. If these are the girls that you was close to, quote unquote close to, why wouldn't they just send you the money straightforward? Why would they send it to Angela? That doesn't make sense. If they could send it to Angela, why they couldn't send it to you? Your question is just as good as mine, but I also saw the screenshots. If you want to know, first of all, Barbie was one of the ones, she sent money to Angela. She sent the most. I believe maybe Bunny sent some. In all honesty, I was told that Bella wasn't supposed to know. When Angela gave me that money, when Angela started the Zoom call, because they did a Zoom call for me, it was me, Angela, Shay, and I think maybe two or three other people. When they started that Zoom call, I asked Angela, I said, is Bella not coming to the call? She said, no, why would she? I don't have a reason to lie about any of these things. I was associated with Angela. I no longer associate myself with Angela, so I have no reason to lie.
Bree, I appreciate you coming on and giving us your thoughts. Really do. I'm going to move on to somebody else just to get some other thoughts and some other opinions. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It looks like we have a lot of back and forth, a lot of things that could have happened that people are saying didn't happen. And it really just kind of depends. I'm going to see who we can else get on here as well and see if we can get, it looks like Nebula, is that you?
Yes, this is me. Hey, everybody. I'm not able to show my face right now. I'm not a part of the Daddy's Girls situation, but I do have a close relative that is. I just want to say that this person, whoever that person might be, Angela, that person is manipulating women. Mostly women, like you guys have said, with low self-esteem, and that is less desirable to anyone. They have resorted to the internet as a fantasy. And once that person has lived in their shoes, they're able to use those same things against those people. You have all of these women here right now fighting for this person that wouldn't even give them the time of day if they wasn't paying them. And it is sad that this lady down here at the bottom is actually taking up for this monster. Lady, I just want to let you know you are capable of being loved unconditionally. You
Baby,
have to.
I don't feel like I'm not. See, that's the
Ma'am,
thing. I'm not
ma'am,
insecure.
ma'am,
I
ma'am,
don't know.
Bella,
No,
give her a
you're not
one.
gonna get
Bella,
up here
give
and
ma'am,
tell me that I'm
ma'am,
insecure and I
ma'am,
don't get
ma'am,
love.
Bella.
ma'am,
I think
please.
Bella. I think she's offering some great advice, and I want her to finish her
No, it's
statement.
not you telling me I deserve to be loved.
Ma'am,
I'm loved, honey. I'm very
okay,
much
ma'am,
loved.
listen.
Okay,
Man,
Bella.
Miss Bella, I know true love will find you. Okay. But you have to get off of this fantasy world and this reality that you're living in. You have a family to feed. You shouldn't be online chasing this bullshit. You have a daughter that is looking up to you, and look what you are out here putting on this world. You are in front of 6,000 people right now, taking up for a monster that is manipulating thousands of women. You sound
Thousands
ridiculous.
of women.
Okay,
Wow.
yes, thousands of women. I am right here in Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm way in the country, and this woman has control over my cousin. My cousin work and go home all day long. Many of her pictures are being you can say recycled online, and now she has become a joke. You know, my cousin right now is becoming a joke, and we're way in the country. This is the only attention she has ever gotten in this world, and look at this bullshit. You women have to stand up for yourselves and get off line with this crazy shit. Y'all are out here seeking attention for the wrong reasons. You got a 17-year-old daughter that needs to be going to college, getting a job. You need to have a strong, positive male figure in her life. You cannot resort to a woman. No, you need to have a strong, positive male figure in your life. You're getting on here calling a woman daddy. You sound crazy.
See what?
No,
That's not something we're gonna do. No,
I'm
I'm not gonna hold on. No. Because I feel like now you coming from my sexuality, and that's not okay. No. Miss Karen, I'm gonna get off because I'm not gonna have somebody attack my sexuality.
Wait, Nebula,
I need a man in my life. That's not okay.
As a queer woman myself, I cannot have you attack anyone's sexuality. And I know you're saying a strong man. However, I cannot get with that, especially as a woman myself who date women as well. I cannot have you attack women that do that and have that lifestyle. Because that is our sexual orientation. So I cannot have that. I understand where you were trying to go with that point. But I do agree with you in saying raising their daughters, and I feel for your cousin that is in this issue right now.
Okay, I do want to apologize if you guys mistaken me saying that you guys need to have a male like dating one. That is not what I'm saying. Sometimes we need to learn how to balance male and feminine energy. That could be what's wrong with Angela. She doesn't know balance. So she tries to
How do you know that? Don't assume, baby. Stop assuming. No. Stop assuming. You cannot get on here and make assumptions like that because
Bella,
people want to take that and run with it.
I want Nebula just to finish up. Nebula, you have just about 60 seconds. Go ahead and just finish up for me, okay?
Okay, I do apologize if I'm ruffling any feathers. I'm real passionate about, restoring love. I want genuine love out there for the world. And I'm sorry if I may sound condescending or like an asshole, but I'm so tired of our women and our men. We having to go through this. We're studying having to fight for the wrong things. When is it going to be equal? When is it going to be actual genuine love? Look at all of this destruction. Look at this separation that's going on. Okay, I'm sorry, sisters. I love y'all. Bella, I wish the world for you. Miss Karen, I applaud you for getting on here and trying to help everybody. I really do. And I'm so sorry for making you guys feel uncomfortable. I wish you guys well. I wish you love, peace, happiness, and prosperity. Good night, y'all.
Nebula, thank you so much.
Nice
and I really appreciate your sentiments. Bella, did you want to respond?
My thing is this. I feel, you know what? I'm not, because anything I say is gonna be uh labeled as wrong, and I'm taking up for people. But my thing is, I don't appreciate anybody bashing anybody else, especially when you don't know the full story. That's
Mm-hmm.
my thing. I
I know.
understand what everybody's saying. I'm very intelligent, and no, I grew up with both my parents. Both of my parents are dead.
And I'm
I've got
sorry.
a lot of love. I have a big family, and I have a lot of friends that love me. You understand what I'm saying? So no, I'm not insecure. I don't seek love. I do have a sickness, but my sickness is something I couldn't help.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's not something that I can control. But I'm not insecure. I'm not, I don't have low self-esteem. I don't have none of that stuff. I know that I'm a beautiful Black woman. Nobody can tell me nothing different. Yeah, I'm a BBW, but baby, I can pull whoever I want to pull. That's how I feel. You understand what I'm saying? So nobody can take that from me. But for people to get up here and talk about my sexuality, or say that that Angela needs a male figure, Angela has a male figure. She has her father in her life. You understand what I'm saying? So don't say stuff like that. Don't speak on things that y'all don't know about. Don't do
That's
that.
and Bella, that's why I corrected it very quickly. You know, like I said, that's why I corrected it. How old were you when your parents passed away?
How old am I now? My daughter was 4, so I was like 24, 25.
But did they pass away together in like some
My
accident?
father died October 8th, 2007. My mother died December 25th, 2007.
Oh my goodness. Were they ill? What happened?
My father had cancer and died in his sleep. My mother had a massive heart attack.
I'm so sorry. I know that must have been hard for you, especially because your daughter lost her grandparents, and then you lost 2 parents in the same year. I couldn't imagine. I know that had to be very hard for you, and something that I'm not sure how you were able to move on from that, and if you were
I'm
able to
not
move on
fully
from that.
moved on. You know, that was my parents. So no, I'm not fully moved on. But for people to say that I was loved, you feel what I'm saying? My family is, my family's very close. I'm very much loved. So to say that I wasn't loved and I'm insecure, that's not true. That's not true at all. And yes, it hurts. It hurts for people to bash me and don't even know me.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know me. They don't know nothing about me. When I go live, Miss Karen, you know what I do in my live? I uplift women. I call women queens. I make them laugh. I make them smile. I do funny videos. I do transition videos. I don't down anybody. So for people to judge me and then bring my child into it and tell people I sold my child, that's not okay for me. My daughter's my life. My daughter is my everything. My daughter's a Miss Karen. My daughter's a B honorable student.
Absolutely,
B
absolutely.
honorable student. She's going to Full Sail University in Florida. So don't talk about my motherhood. My daughter's my life. And that's my problem. You guys are throwing out so many false narratives about me. It's not okay. That's not okay for me. I left the situation because everybody was coming at my kid. That wasn't okay for me. Miss Cameron, I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody say. That's not okay to come after my daughter and try to get my kid taken away from me. That's not okay.
Absolutely not. And I 100% agree with you. And I'm sorry that was the situation that you had to go through. But I also can see that you are definitely, of course, hurting from the loss of your parents, and from them, of course, missing, not being able to physically see your daughter grow up and be the woman that she is turning out to be. But I also feel like you have a lot of life lessons that you learn from your parents that you are trying to instill into your daughter. And that's why she is getting, being on the honor roll and all of that. And I think that's amazing. I think that's wonderful to hear. But I don't want you to feel like you're getting bashed, and I don't want that because you are, in my opinion, I know you don't feel like a victim. In my opinion, I see you as someone who is going through a lot right now and being, attacked. I do want to look at your receipts as well from this conversation. So I want you to take a break from the live because I don't want you to get to feel under attack anymore. Um,
Aunt
I want to.
Karen, can I ask her just a couple of questions?
Are they
Bella, would that?
are they negative in any way?
No, I'm not gonna attack Bella at all. She's a survivor. Everyone that was in this group
Mm-hmm.
is was manipulated by Angela. And I think it's very important for everyone to be kind, incredibly kind to anyone speaking out about this.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredibly brave. Bella, I also lost both of my parents. I know how hard that is. And I feel like I've always, been kind of looking for a bit of a void to fill. Um, and I'm so proud of you. And I know everyone watching is proud of you for leaving the toxic situation, for recognizing that it was a toxic situation. You were vulnerable
Mm-hmm.
um, to be able to join a group like that. And what I hear from all of the survivors is everyone says it didn't start out like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very important. I think that's really the most important part about all of this is that it didn't start out toxic. And, I completely understand that
Mm-hmm.
situations can turn toxic. And when there's a lot of people, in this group, and then money becomes involved,
Mm-hmm.
that certainly changes people. It changes the way they look at things, the way
Mm-hmm.
they react to things. Possibly, I'm sure that people, maybe some of the women started, kind of needing the money that was made during the lives and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. And we all know capitalism is terrible. Everybody needs money.
Right.
So
I absolutely understand what you're saying, and I agree. When I look at Bella as a survivor, I think she also has to see herself as a survivor from with her parents, because that's trauma.
absolutely.
That's trauma, and she's also a survivor of that when it comes to the loss of her parents and dealing with that trauma. That is also somebody who, in order to get through, you have to be a survivor, right? You have to be a survivor in order for her to have gotten through what happened to her parents, and then of course raise a daughter at the same time, grieve, and
Yeah.
then raise a 4-year-old. I mean, you know how 4-year-olds, they are lively.
I'm a mother too, and
You know,
it's not easy. It's not
it's not.
easy. But Bella,
Um,
one thing I do want to say is that what the relationship that you were in with Angela that's not a healthy poly relationship. That's not how healthy poly relationships work. The respect and all that goes both ways.
mhm.
Um,
So you
it's
feel like she didn't respect me?
I absolutely feel
Yeah,
that way
I do as well.
because you respected her and the
Mhm,
boundaries that she set, but
mhm.
you said that she would not allow you to also have relationships with other women. That's
That's
controlling, that's
that.
manipulation.
I
Yeah.
didn't want her,
Um,
but that's not me. If I'm with somebody, I'm with that person. I don't be with multiple people at one time. That's
But
not the type of
one of the
person I
and I want to wrap this up with Bella. One of the things that you did mention was that you were jealous. If she respected your feelings, she would have said, "Okay, this person that I'm equally, in love with is feeling a certain type of way. Let me respond and let me see how I can fix that." And that would
But how
be.
do you know that she didn't do that, baby? That's what I'm saying. Like whenever I would have my little jealous outrages and call her
Mhm,
and start arguing with her, she'd be like, "Baby, relax. Like
mhm.
let's talk about this." Like, "Boo, did I not tell you what you was getting yourself into?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She was like, "So why are you getting upset with me when you know
Did
what
that
it was?"
solve the problem? Because if you keep going back and getting jealous, is that solving the problem, or putting a
I,
band-aid?
I did, and it wasn't me keep going back getting jealous. I had to learn how to understand my situation that I was in. You understand what I'm saying? If that makes sense. I'm a very intelligent young lady. So it doesn't
No.
take me long to figure out something. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, you know what, Kilo, you like her. You really like her. You're feeling her vibe. Everything is matching. You guys' energy match. Everything is perfect. So just try this out. See if you like it. And I did. The
Well,
only reason why I stepped away is when people started coming for my kid. It had nothing to do with Angela.
okay. Well, I want to leave it at there. I want to give you a break because I know you're going to be doing your own lives and you're going to be, talking with some people. Want to give you a break and have some time for yourself. And so you're not constantly feeling, attacked. I want to talk to some other people, get their insights. And I really thank you a lot for joining this live.
I
I'm
would
glad
also
your
like to
daughter
thank
is.
you, Bella. I would
Mhm.
also like to thank you so much. You are you're helping a lot of other women just by talking about what happened and sharing your story. You as the survivor, you are helping so many other women, and there's so many women that are proud of you for getting out and recognizing that the situation was toxic.
Especially for your daughter, like for you to recognize that. I think that's what we're talking about, like having, like you said, you're smart, you recognize that, and that's the important part. Bella, thank you so much. And I'll let you go, I'll let you get a break in. I'm going to get some other people on the live so they can get
All right,
to.
just hit me up so I can send you those receipts.
Oh, I most certainly will.
Please don't forget, Miss Karen.
Oh, I won't. I assure you I won't.
All right, y'all
Thank you
have a
so
good
much.
one. I'm about to.
But I'm going to let two more people on the live, give you guys a few seconds to kind of go over your thoughts, and give me your name, please.
I'm Shay.
Shay, how's it going?
I'm good. I actually made a thread on Twitter back in June about Angela and the whole cult thing.
Mm-hmm.
And although she said she didn't know people were cutting, I have a video where I screen recorded her lives with another person where she was telling Shay, she was bullying Shay and telling her they need 300 cuts, 400 cuts, and Daddy said make them neat. So it's just for everybody to see Angela for everybody to see Bella as a victim, it just doesn't sit right with me because she had so much say. She had so much power.
Here's the thing. She's not the perfect victim, right? But
Yeah.
she's still part of being a victim in this. So she may not be
Okay.
the perfect one. She didn't start this, right? She wasn't the person who started it. But she is not the perfect victim, but she is a victim. Just because she had more control does not mean she's not a victim. She's just not as a victim as someone who was forced to cut, who was forced to do certain things for Angela. So you are correct. She is, but she's also guilty as well. And that's not what we're going to take away at all.
And oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I wanted to jump on here and talk for a second as well because I am polyamorous. I've been in several polyamorous relationships. I've never seen one that works like that. Granted, everybody's dynamics are different, but
absolutely,
there's a difference between liking pain and being told to hurt yourself.
Right.
I've been in both of those situations. As somebody who has been a part of the BDSM community for a very long time, I have been in both of those situations where I've had an ex who used to make me hurt myself and an ex who everything was consensual, and it's completely different. And I've seen your thread. That was actually the first thing I looked up because I wanted to know what was going on because I don't like it. As a BBW, I don't like it when people attack our women. I hate it. It hurts me to my core. And I even looked more into Angela, and everybody is telling the truth when they say that she is in another relationship and has been for 4 years. And it's just it's scary knowing that these kind of people are out there.
It's
And
manipulation. I mean, it's
yeah,
to the core, it's manipulation, and it's just so easy for people to be manipulated. You find the perfect person, and whether Bella wants to admit low self-esteem and not, baby, when she was on here, you were crying and you were upset over your parents' death naturally. And you can see that it still hurts her. And honestly, I think you found a replacement. And and I didn't want to say that to her on live because I didn't want her to get upset and start an argument. But I think she found a replacement in that. Shay,
sorry, somebody said if I see
Well,
one more.
also
Sorry,
that
I didn't.
the thread that I made back in June, we got Angela's page, her original page, deleted because she was at 125,000 followers. But
Yes.
it just shows that there's something that people naturally just gravitate towards her because it's June and she already has 50,000 followers again. So
And
if you want to
terrifying.
end this, she's just going to keep making new pages as they all do. They all have multiple pages, and they also, anybody who speaks out, they get their pages deleted. They get
well, they can
anybody
try
who
to
says,
get mine.
Does anybody else
yeah,
see the correlations in the same, like the patterns from the Charles Manson family, from him and all of his wives? Like, it's
just
terrifying.
seeing this
Like,
develop.
it's terrifying. Seeing this happen.
Develop.
So
Angela
scary.
loves attention in general. She
Absolutely.
loves the attention in
When she
good,
is
bad, or
thriving
otherwise.
on
If you
the
look at her Instagram, she is now doing candles and has some rocks on the table. Like she does hoodoo. Like she loves it. She loves that you guys, good, bad, or otherwise. She just wants attention.
I don't know.
So
I don't think that hoodoo is going to work too well for her because I don't think the ancestors agree with what she's doing. So
Here's my thoughts, and thank you both for jumping on live. I want to get
yeah.
two more people on. Here's
No, go
my
ahead.
thoughts. She may be liking the attention, but here's the thing. She's trying, to me, that's somebody who is trying to hide from the trauma of stuff and is trying to make it seem like everything is okay. I don't think that's what's happening at all. I think this is somebody who is trying to pretend that they're okay in order to please and in order for people to think she is okay. She wants to seem unbothered. If she seems unbothered, then she will continue to do what she's doing. She wants to seem as though we are giving her the love and the attention she wanted. Listen, this is not what she wants. She doesn't really want the smoke that's coming her way. That's why she doesn't want to speak up. That's why she's not saying anything, because she is pretending. She is acting right now. Lala Speaks, tell me your thoughts.
Hey, Karen, and thanks for having me. I just wanted to, first of all, say that above everything, I really do feel sorry for the mental abuse that's actually happening here. Because
absolutely,
unfortunately, when you're in a situation like that, you don't, as they say, you don't see the trees, you don't see the forest for the trees. So a lot of people who are in the situation, dealing with her, don't know what's going on until after the fact. And it's long after the fact, because even though Bella is no longer a part of this group, quote unquote, because I don't know if it's really a cult or not, she still defends her.
Oh, yeah.
She still defends her outright as if she's still a part of the group and will defend her. There was the young woman that was on the live with her, explaining to her, yeah, I've had relationships with her as well. And then when she said, why would you say that? Because you told me you were on your period. It's almost like now you're defending the situation.
Why? If you're not jealous about her having relationships with other women, why are you jumping on it when someone says they had sex with her? Listen,
exactly.
when Nebula was on, she hit the nail on the head. She talked about the insecurities, and that's when Bella got upset, because she was hitting the nail on the head very, very well, and she did not want to hear that. I am a bull. tell me a bull. tell me your thoughts. Go
I
ahead.
I am a bullock, but I totally agree with
Okay.
what this what Lala Speaks just said.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I've noticed, I've been in a lot of lives where everybody's kind of interviewing her and some of the other girls, and I think what happens when the interview is happening is that we steer away from the facts that we have the evidence about, and it
Mm-hmm.
kind of gets into the feelings of I still want to be number one in
Mm-hmm.
her innocence, even in the after I'm out of it, but I still want her to know or feel that I still have her back in a sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the scary part to me is that
Yes.
even though she's still not connected and she's disconnected herself from the group,
Mm-hmm.
um, there's still this hole that's there. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't think that anything's gonna help that but therapy. The other thing that I saw on last night, I was in King's live on last night, and when they were
Yes, me
going
too.
back and forth, and
Mm-hmm.
this is not to down her mothering because I'm a mother as well. I would never do that. But her daughter
Mm-hmm.
was in. I didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
If we're gonna protect kids at all costs,
Mm-hmm.
step out of the room when you're
Mm-hmm.
having
Absolutely.
these conversations
Absolutely.
because you're placing your 17-year-old in the midst of this. And
Yeah.
let's not be dumb to say that the 17-year-old may not be on TikTok themselves. So like we
Absolutely.
have,
Of course.
so she's watching these things, and so
Yeah.
as we are having some of the kids of these parents that are attached to this, watching this unfold, we have to be sensitive to not just to the victims, but to the children
And
of
then
these victims that may be experiencing this or being bullied at school because of said
Absolutely.
whatever is happening.
Absolutely. And Lala I'm a bullock. Is what you said?
I'm a bullock.
Okay. I want to give Lala another second here, a few seconds to say what she has to say, and then I'm going to get two more people on live here.
Thank you.
I
You
just
guys have a good day.
thanks. I just
Thank
wanted
you.
to say that I feel like I'm a little bit not necessarily invested into it, but I can almost relate to the thought process of the young women who are in the situation because I was previously in a religious cult, and it took I was in there from the time that I was born up until I was about 17. And then I left because I disagreed with a lot of things. It was like maybe 10 years later that you really come to reality about the stuff that's happening in that type of group that is abusive to you mentally, physically, emotionally, and even sexually. And as far as this poly thing that she was mentioning, whether she was like, if I'm with that person, I'm with that person, and you can go be with them, she never had the choice, the same equal relationship choice in that relationship as Angela gave to her. So it wasn't a poly relationship. It was it sounds manipulative based on her own words. And for the ladies, if they are in this, live, I just wish you guys the best. And hopefully, maybe you'll realize that you should be valued